Hi, it's Melissa here, and I'm back with my second video in my process for my Click Into Summer mini album. So, as a recap, last video I made the cover and all the inside pages, and now I am getting into embellishing it. So, I realised that I needed a page between the Let's Go on Adventure page on the left there and the photo that I had on the right, because I wanted to do some journaling about the purpose of this album and what we were doing for our little surprise picnic. So I actually cut two pieces of pattern paper, glued them together, and then realised that I had used the same green on both sides, but it didn't bother me. No one's going to look through it and say, hey, you've used the same paper. It doesn't matter, and it looks good. So what I've done is I've used the date journaling card from the cut aparts, and I've taken another one of the silhouette cut. They're actually palm leaves, but I'm just using them more like ferns, which is a native plant that we have here in New Zealand. So I've added that with Tombow, and then I'm just adding my flare. These flare are not entirely flat backed, they have a little sunken back to them, so you want to just adhere them with a pop dot. So as you know, I've pulled out all the ephemera and bits and pieces that are going to match the theme of my album. So I just kept them in front of me, and I'm just going through them and picking out what I think works. So this little tab, I didn't want to staple it directly onto the page because it would come through to the other side, so I added a staple first and then I've glued it down. And I'm adding a little arrow. So when I first embellish a mini album, I'll go through and do like the major embellishing, and then at the end you'll see me come through and do some more detailed embellishing. So this is a picture of what we ate, and no, there wasn't any pineapple in there, but I thought that still looked cute because it's food, so it's summer food. And we love pineapples, me and the girls do, so I've added that in. Now what I love about these little bits and pieces is that they are double-sided with different colours, and so when I flipped it over to adhere it, I noticed that it was orange, and I actually thought that looked better on the green. And then I'm adding this little floral cluster with a pop dot. I want this album to have some dimension, so that's why I'm adding pop dots. These Simple Stories transparency stickers are amazing, and I love that in the pack you get black, white and colour, as you can see. At first I wasn't going to embellish on my photos, but I just love these stickers so much that I couldn't help it. Okay, so on to the next page, and using my favourite card, my favourite summer saying, sunshine and happiness. I think I shared that in my last video. And so I'm just adhering that down. I'm trying not to overthink the process of this album too much, and I think because I'm aware that I'm videoing, I don't know, you guys that make process videos, are you aware that you're videoing? Like you make a conscious effort, don't you, to go quickly to make sure everything's on screen. So because I'm not overthinking it, I actually find that's when my best embellishing of mini albums happens, because I'm not taking too long. So I've added that little geotag, and got another little pineapple because it's still us sitting down having our dinner, and there's a little blank space there on the photo, so I've added that pineapple. And looking at these stickers again, now I've just put a little heart in the middle of the pineapple, and this little label, the phrase, I think it just says fun in the sun. And that's what we were doing. So the next one is of my son, so I don't want to make it girly, so I don't want to put any flowers or anything. I thought this little camera was really sweet, so I'm just gluing that down, and then there's that little banner piece that says so much to see. I didn't want to have too many words or anything too full on because that card already has "Here We Go" on it. So I just popped up this little banner on some pop dots and just layered it over the camera. Taking this card and cutting it down, because I didn't want the entire album to look the same, and so it provides a bit more variety. And I love the phrase on it. And I just added one of the little paperclip bows. You get 2 in the kit. And because it's my daughter, oldest daughter, and she's wearing a pink top, quite girly, I just think it looked really cute on there. And I held it down for quite a long time, but then I realised that I needed to put another little pop dot behind that just to lift it up. So I'm showing you most of my entire process, which is why this video is nearly 15 minutes long. You'll see my kind of testing out of different pieces of ephemera until I'm happy. So with this one, it's a floral piece. Then I've added another staple to that little, I guess it's a tab really, and just gluing it down. And going back to my stickers again. What I love about making a mini album from a kit is that I don't have to think too hard. All the work's done for me. Everything goes together. I don't have to be concerned about, will this look okay? It's really just a case of me deciding what to use, because there is so much in this kit. So this is my little one, and I took about 5 or 6 photos of her. I don't know what she was doing, just enjoying the summer sun. And so this one's really cute, and I just love how she looks in front of the water. So I did add the flamingo because, she's wearing a pink top and looking cute. And flamingos are pretty cute. And then I thought I'll add a transparent sticker, and I wanted to make the most of her hands being in that position, so it looks like she's holding up the sticker. I knew when I had this photo of the 3 of them on the lakefront that I wanted to use that Explore die cut. Did think about using the flower there, but no, wasn't really working with the theme. So this is one of the exclusive cut files, and I mean it's probably made for a big page, but I cut it really small, and what I did was made sure on my Silhouette software with the grid that it would fit on my 4x6 card. So I was really impressed with my Silhouette's ability to cut this out. Because it is so small, I had to use my X-Acto knife and kind of poke some of the bits out. I just added some of the black hibiscus flowers from the transparent stickers. So this little card, it's about the weather, and there's options to tick as to what the weather is. And I just trimmed it down so that once again I could have a border of the yellow pattern paper underneath. And I was just deciding to use that next card on the next page. This little heart is cut on matte print and it's really sweet. And now I'm moving to the next page. Another photo that absolutely I had to use the Wanda die cut, and this is like near the end of our little dinner, and I love the way I caught the sun down on my kids. So still going through, trying to decide what to put on there, and I've decided on this card. And I love having room to journal. I mean, the story of this picnic is not, it's one evening, it was a couple of hours, and it's not like I had heaps and heaps to say, so some of the pages don't have any journaling at all. I added this little piece of flair just to provide a bit of dimension and interest. I think this striped paper would have to be my favourite paper in the entire kit. And I just wanted something on the back page. And so auditioning a few pieces again. And in the end I went with this little Polaroid which says happy place. Added a heart, a couple of hearts, 3 hearts. And the last little clip, which is sweet. And so now I'm just flicking back. I ticked sunny because it was. And at this point, I've done my first round of embellishing, and now I'm going back through and seeing what more I can add. So, as you can see, that page isn't done. I'm wanting to spread things out throughout the book, but I'm loving how it's looking. And then I thought I'd add the word sunshine, so let's go on an adventure, sunshine. And then just, yeah, no rhyme or reason as to why I turn to the page that I do. I don't know, it's interesting when you watch yourself back making something like this. It's different to a layout. A layout, you're working with one page, although it's a lot larger. And I treat these like mini pages, I guess, because they are mini layouts. But I want to make sure that I've got enough spread throughout the entire book. And as you can see, I'm wanting to add as many of these stickers as possible. I don't want to add too many, I don't want to oversaturate it, but I just love how they look on the photos. Okay, so on this one I'm adding the word discover, and later on when I come to do my journaling, I'll do some journaling underneath that. So here I'm using my crocodile. Some of these, I think they're bits, little bits. They're made for pocket pages, but I like the way they look just floating in my album. And I like that they're a different size to the 4x6. So I've added a couple in. Now I'm not going to show you the process of punching that one because you've already seen how I do it. Just line it up with the holes underneath and punch it through. And then I added a third one as well. And I'm just deciding where to put it. Okay, just wanting to see what I'm going to do. So I did think about putting those flowers there, but that little tag, it's like a luggage tag cut apart, is really perfect for a little bit more journaling. So because it had this like a luggage tag, I wanted to punch the hole and make it look authentic. And then I got the twine that comes in the kit. It's like a yellow shade that matches. And I looped it through and thought about tying a bow, but I couldn't, it didn't look right to me. So then I just trimmed it off and just left it. And when you see the final, in my walkthrough, you'll see I removed that because I don't want anything hanging outside of the album. Some albums I make, I love having things poking out, but for this one I wanted it quite clean. So now I've got this gorgeous little pom-pom trim, and I'm using the American Crafts red tape. And if you know your adhesives, you know this is the most strong double-sided tape you can get, well, that I've found anyway in the scrapbooking world. And I thought it would be easier than gluing it down, so I'm just adhering it, and I've put it down so that I'm not having to cut through any of the little pom-poms and just trimming it off, and it just adds a little bit more to what would otherwise be a very simple card. So I'm loving how that one's looking. And I had this little phrase, something about paradise. I wanted to make sure I didn't want it on a page where it says this is paradise. I don't want it on a page where it already had the word paradise. So I thought it looked really good on that one of the three of them with the explore. And I wanted to add some more of that trim. So I did think about adding it to the photo, but I've decided to put it on the edge of that card. And once again, I didn't show you the process of that. So I remembered I hadn't used any of the exclusive Clique kits cut-aparts, and they come with a kit, of course. So I cut out three. They're very, Aloha Hawaii kind of theme, beach themed. So I cut out three of them that would work with my album, which is at the lake, and just glued them in. So these two pages got one each. And just trying to work out where to put the third one. It's an arrow, and I put it on pop dots and just stick it between the para and dice. And that is my final album. So I'll be back again really soon with a walkthrough. I hope you enjoyed watching my embellishment process. And I just really had a blast embellishing. So thank you so much.